All right, everybody say hello to YouTube. We're gonna read some 1.15 patch notes, a little audiobook for the boys. Uh, Definitely didn't fuck up the intro 3 times and forgot to put a marker for it. My bad. Didn't happen. Swear to God. You're not missing anything. Everybody say hi to YouTube. GM, Chef, Crimson. Nobody cares about Caramel. He's in a wheelchair. They all say hello. Call them little bots in the comments. Face Guy says hi. She's cool though. Leave her alone. She's a dev. I'm required to say that. Anyways, new character Ikra. They showed this on the dev stream on Wednesday. Uh, Depending on when you watch this, that's 2 days ago or yesterday or whatever. I guess it wouldn't be yesterday, but you get the idea. Anyways, if you want to know what he does, he's basically a mid laner or he's a mage. Could probably be played support. You can watch the video on the Predecessor game YouTube or check their Twitch and watch the VOD. I'm not going to go over the new character too much
Hi
because
YouTube,
obviously I'll be
Nom
playing.
Nom.
Nobody cares, Caramel. If you want to read his abilities, you can just pause the video, kind of scroll slow so that you can read whatnot. He's got a lot of text. There's a lot going on with this kit. I'm not going to read it all. It's a wall of text. We'll get into the actual meat of the patch, and then, again, you can pause the video to read these if you want to. I do want to read his augments, so his augments, they didn't show the dev stream, so I'm kind of interested. So one of his abilities is kind of a little water prison jutsu, if you know what I'm talking about. And it pulls them towards you, I believe, which is the one that they showed on the dev stream. They have one where their bubble gets larger. And allies heroes are invisible inside of it. Okay. And then he has one where one of his abilities applies on hits. Okay. He also gets attack speed. Interesting. Anyways, new skins. Sparrow. Mommy. I believe most of these are overprime skins. Murdusi without the helmet on. Edgy Gideon in a fucking suit. Little swimsuit, one piece, because he needs to hide his fat cock or something like that. I don't know. New character skin. I'm not sure how much different that is from the new model. It's kind of hard to tell because of the picture, but it looks kind of different. I'm not sure if it has VFX. I'm not sure if any of these skins have VFX or not. These two are epic, so maybe. I don't know. I think maybe it's only legendary skins that have VFX. Different recolor of the Argus skin. And then bundles, if you care about bundles, some recolors for some skins that are already in the game. The summer bundles where you can get unique stuff without getting variants, without getting not variants, without getting the same thing twice. Having some things added to those. Rank split ends on Tuesday, so if you want to get your rank split done, make sure you get that done. Number 4 for the 4th split. Kind of confusing because it almost makes it seem like it's season 4 instead of split 4, which is a little weird. I wonder if they'll change the icon between seasons, perhaps, to distinguish. I can't fucking talk apparently. Finishing placements, you have to play all of your placements in at least one game to get the banner and icon. If you play 15, you will get this Terra skin, which also comes in the next patch. The colors will be different depending on if your rank was gold or above. So gold, platinum, diamond, paragon all have different color variants. Bronze and silver have the same color variant, which is this base like Radon color scheme. Kind of sick. Unfortunately, it's Terra. Nobody cares about Terra. Give me like a Gideon skin or something, mages perhaps. Would also be cool if it had VFX, but I don't think it does. If you've ever played ranked before, you have to play 10 placements. If you have, you have to play 5 or up to 5. If you just win all your games, usually it places you faster than that, and you just get placed like gold 1 or something. Toxicity improvements, more aggressive ban policy, which is a W. Some people are kind of annoying, and they need to take a little vacation, so W, Omida. If you get chat banned, it'll tell you the duration now, as opposed to not telling you the duration before it wouldn't, and you just kind of had to guess how long you were chat banned for. Also, if you're chat banned, it will increase the more that you get banned, and when you're chat banned, you will not be able to use voice chat, which is a good thing. That I don't know why that was even in the game in the first place. Oh, it was a bug, I guess, but that's a good thing. If you dodge games, it stacks faster. So if you're in picks and bans and you dodge a bunch, it will stack faster. Whereas previously, I don't think it was. It was just like the straight 10 minutes. Did not mean to. I thought I got out of the queue. I got scammed. Well, at least I didn't get a ban for that one. Good thing it's not on the new patch. Also, you'll get banned at decreasing times automatically based on in-game tracking and player reports. I don't necessarily know if I like this, as long as the player reports are actually checked and not just like, oh, you got reported 10 times, so you're just banned for an hour. I think that's kind of silly. As long as it's not automated, I think that's good. As far as in-game tracking, I don't know, bro. I'd be looking at the item shop, thinking about what to buy for 10 seconds, and the game goes, your teammates need you. So as long as that's not, oh, this popped up, you're banned, sure. Because sometimes you just be sitting there waiting for minions to spawn, I'm going to be honest. So as long as that's also not automated in that form, that'll be probably fine. Could be good, could be bad on that one. Not quite sure on that one. But overall, I think that's pretty good. Uh, Quality of life, just addressing like the main menu and stuff like that, cleaning it up. This is the picks and ban screen. You don't have all the random bullshit in the background now, just making the screen look ugly. Much cleaner, much better in my opinion. Uh, yeah, not too bad. I do wish you could kind of like spin the characters around or something like that. I mean, that would be kind of cool, but improvement, even if it's slight. I assume they'll maybe put some more stuff in the background to kind of like fill it in because it is just kind of one solid color, but better than what it is now. So improvement. Also in the screen, improvement. You don't have a bunch of like. I feel like this is actually way better than what it is currently. Let me go look at what it is currently. Mm, there's just a lot of busyness in the background because it shows the normal main menu background, but interesting. I wonder if they'll do anything with like lore or something. Like maybe the planet in the background changes based on where the character is from, because I know they have lore on the website where it's like planets for each character that they come from. So I wonder if they'll change that to be like matching the lore in the background. I think that would be kind of cool. Some feedback. And then I guess they just added like new characters to this screen. It'd be kind of cool if it was randomized. That would maybe be cool. I don't know if it's just like they just changed it. I think it's Murdoch and I want to say Twin Blast default or Murdoch Sparrow default, something like that. So I wonder if this is like different every game or if they just changed it to Kira Legion. New Opal effects, Opal specific stuff. Have a little bit of a holographic effect. Interesting. Let me get that on like my border. Let me get that as like if my character is level 10, I get this on the character portrait as I'm loading into the game. That'd be kind of sick. Step in the right direction though. More cool stuff is cool, even though it's just cosmetic. People like that kind of stuff. ARAMs can be selected in customs. Currently in custom games, you can play the normal map and Legacy Paragon. Now you'll be able to play ARAM with your friends if you just want to queue specifically against your friends. Also opens it up to like ARAM tournaments and stuff like that. Maybe I'll host one of those in the community at some point. Perhaps that might be kind of fun. ARAM is sicko mode, and I don't have to randomize picks for people because it'll be able to do it in game now. Minute AI being improved. They showed a teaser of this on the Twitter and like Discord and stuff like that. I want to say like a week and a half ago. Uh, I will. This is one where on paper it sounds good, but I would have to play with it. I don't know if I believe that one. They also changed it so last hitting is a little bit more consistent. Um, I mean, I don't know. I know they changed the towers to be more consistent, so it doesn't just like insta shoot when it switches targets. Sometimes, like sometimes it'll be charging up a shot on minions, and then you'll like hit the other person, and then it'll insta shoot you, and you can't do anything about it. I know they fixed that, so it's kind of like if you swap targets, it will fully recharge, or at least be like less consistent that it insta shoots you, which is good. Um, yeah, I'm not sure about the last hit consistency for minion versus minions. That's one that I don't think I've seen a clip of or anything like that, so I don't actually know how good that'll be, but we'll see. If as long as it's like more consistent, I think that's generally better. Even if it's a little easier, as long as it's more consistent. Less consistency is always bad. I think more consistency is always better because you can adjust consistency later. Like you can adjust how much damage minions do, whatever, a lot better. Going on, critical strikes due to randomness. Way kick the odds for critical strikes have been adjusted. Poor is truly random. Uh, Yeah, getting double crit on like a tier 2 item spike just means you just lose, which is kind of annoying. Uh, Dynamically adjusted based on the most recent. I assume this is similar to something that Smite did a while ago. So basically, like for each auto, like let's say you have 30% crit chance, for each auto that you hit that doesn't crit, your next chance is slightly higher. So like if you crit, like over the course of 10 attacks, you will crit on average 3 times, but not guaranteed 3 times. But it's just if you auto attack 10 times, you're guaranteed to crit at least once, most likely. This is something that Smite added for a while to remove RNG. I do think they need to stop giving crit 100% crit chance, though, especially if they do this change. So hopefully they did that, because if you're guaranteed to crit, you're guaranteed to crit. Just makes it more consistent, especially at lower amounts of crit. Hopefully they adjust that though. This is something that Spike did, so I'm not like too upset by this. It's just something that I hope they adjust in terms of items and things like that. Controller sensitivity, lowering values a little to smooth the experience. I wish you would, instead of lowering the value of each individual tick, just add more ticks. I've said this before when I played controller a long time ago, just to try it. Instead of having 1 to 10, have 1 to 100 and let people adjust the ticks individually. If they want to play on, 33, which would be like in between 3 and 4 right now, let them play on 33 specifically. Just add more ticks. Don't leave 10 and then reduce the amount of each tick. Just add more ticks so that you could adjust it more consistently like most games do. I don't know why they do this. Not good or bad, just I hope you just make it more consistent. Add more ticks, it's always better. More ticks allow you to have smaller increments, which is generally better. Jungle changes. They've mentioned this is new. Basically, jungle minions will do more damage and you'll heal less off minions, but if you smite specifically, you will heal more. So the hunt specifically will heal you, but you're not going to just instantly heal off of just general life steal that hunt gives you. So when you have hunt, you heal part of the damage that you deal to minions now. I think now you actually have to use the hunt to heal, which means you won't have hunt up for like Fangtooth or something like that, or you won't just heal, just going camp to camp to camp without using your smite. You have to actually use your smite now to heal a little bit more, so you can't just be full HP gank, full HP gank, full HP gank, full HP gank. You have to be a little bit more methodical about how you want to play, because you might be 70% HP instead of 100. Hunt also shows the damage. I know some people get confused about Hunt. The icon changes slightly, but I guess some people don't know the icon changes or something. I get asked this question every, like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something, where somebody's like, how do you know Hunt changes? The icon literally changes, but they're just going to put the number on it now so people don't get confused, I guess. Join camp CS. All camps had their CS score value adjusted to be 5. This is actually a huge change. This is a huge change specifically for Severog. Because currently I believe you get per side, it is like 6, 5, and then 4. Is it the same? It's 6, 5, 3, I think. So you get 1 extra stack per jungle clear on Severog, if I'm not mistaken. If my math is correct. Maybe I'm mistaken. This also means that it's more intuitive to actually track actual values. So like when you try to compare CS to somebody else, CS I believe is just like an average of 20 gold. So like let's say you kill an archer minion, 1 CS. It's like 17 gold. You kill a melee minion, it's 23 gold. They're not the same value, but they both count as 1 CS. So it's a little bit harder to value how much CS somebody actually has. Same with jungle camps. The small minions are worth less than the big ones, but they're worth similar amounts of CS. Like 1 medium minion is the same as a small minion, so it'll be a little bit more consistent in terms of being able to track somebody through the menu, which is good. This is a general good change, good quality of life change. Monster special ability bug cleanup, both the seedling and mini primary effects to match their visuals. Please stop letting the seedling hit me on my 2 camp from the other side of the wall. That's kind of annoying. Hopefully they adjust that. I don't feel like getting hit through the wall or like on top of the ledge by a shaper. Kind of annoying. Hopefully that's adjusted a little bit. Prime hitbox, no longer lingering for a few frames. This is really good. Sometimes you would like back up, not get knocked up, then walk in and get knocked up anyways. Kind of annoying. Or if you like dashed into the prime after the knock up, you get knocked back and then it cancels your dash. Very annoying. So good change there. Blink, HUD indicator enlargement. Each teammate's blink and abilities will be enlarged, so those little icons at the top of the HUD good. That's a good change. It just makes it a little bit more consistent. There are some characters like Mako, for example, where you can't tell if he has flash or ult because the flash color is like it's like a light blue, literally the exact same as the background behind it, so you can't actually tell. Hopefully, this makes that a little bit more readable on the characters that had trouble with that. New and returning items. Earth Spirit has been removed and is being replaced by a new Titan Crest. Is Earth Spirit a Gamma Gloop? Can we call it Gamma Goop instead? Is Earth Spirit the fucking boulder? Is that what it's called? Is that what boulder's called? Hold on, I'm looking for it in the menu right now. Is it? Can I not see it in the menu because it's disabled? I, oh no, I can. Okay, it is called Earth Spirit. I didn't even know the name. That's how long it's been out of the game. Gob Glue deal 80 plus 3% bonus health magical damage and a 550 radius units around you. The radius around you that grounds enemies, so they won't be able to use abilities, or they won't be able to use mobility, so they can't dash or go up in the air. A field of goo is left behind for 5 seconds that slows enemies in the area. So it's kind of like a mix of Gravitum and Ice Corn is what it seems like. If it's activated in midair, you leap into the air in your current movement direction. So it's also a dash. This seems very good. This seems like you're gonna build this every game over any other item in this tree. It's literally just three. You're getting a pacifier. You're getting a fucking Ice Corn, and you're getting Gravitum in the same crest. This seems absolutely bananas. I don't know why they did that. This is actually absolutely bananas. That seems very strong. Yeah, this seems very good. Rebirth also getting changed. Removed from frontliner to fighter, so it's more of a bruiser item, I guess. Adds power, removed armor, moved haste, so it's just HP power. Interesting. Losing haste is kind of weird for it to be a bruiser. Great Sword, Bandit Emerald is 2100, so it's going to be 2850. Is there math wrong? Or is my math wrong? Is Bandit only 850? Maybe I'm an idiot. Oh, it is 850. Okay, never mind. So it's 2800. Kind of cheap, though. Undying Resurrect. 3 seconds after this duration is live. Resurrect a location. Okay, so this is just Phoenix now. This is just old Phoenix. Or like Zinc Salt, kind of. Seems pretty good. 50% HP and mana is pretty good, but it's just base, so you don't get any bonus. So it's like 1500 late game for most bruisers. I think most bruisers have like 3k late game. Interesting. Not sure it'll be that good. I don't think the stats are particularly that strong, considering they removed the haste. If they left the haste on it, I could see it being pretty good. Removing the haste is kind of mid. Could replace an item like Salvation, though. I could see that. They kind of do similar things. One just revives you as opposed to giving you a shield. Why? I think they're changing those two because I think they struggle to code polymorphing effects. So like effects that change your character's model. That would be my guess. I don't think they've quite figured that one out yet. Because it's weird that those are like the only two items that have ever been disabled and they both polymorph you, so because they like change your model. That would be my guess. So they're dull, to be fair. Are you talking about the goo? The goo? I'm not calling this Gamma Gloop, it's Gamma Goo, okay? I'm gonna fucking goo on you. You come into my lane, I'm gooing. Oh, I'm about to goo! Daybreak V6. They showed this on the dev stream a little bit. I'm not going to go over this too much because it's just a new map. It's not in the game yet. If you want to pause the video, you can read what's going on in the new map. There will be a new test in this map. They're just like adjusting the map a little bit. Still working on it. Still a test. I believe this is the last test that they're doing on live client, though. Don't quote me on that. But because they did say that last time. But I do think this is actually the last one because they did say that on the dev stream on Wednesday. So they maybe do another one. They maybe don't. They also had some other stuff on the dev stream. If you wanted to watch that, feel free. Also, PCC this weekend. If you're watching this before the 27th, Just saying, my team's guaranteed top 3. We're in winners finals. Feel free to come out. Also, EU. Nobody cares about EU though. Let's be honest. EU dead region. No good teams. If you want to play PC or in EU, please do. They need the players, bro. They need somebody to actually play the game on EU. They got no good teams. Please start playing EU PCC. They need some competition. We need some more players in EU. NA, plethora of players that are good at the game that play. EU has like 2 or 3 good teams. Honestly, a free ass region over there. If you're trying to play some PCC, trying to get some more comp experience, please. They need it over there. They are begging you. Actual game balance changes. Comeback XP. Sorting level difference increased from 1.5 to 1.75, so it takes longer for comeback XP to kick in. So before at a level and a half, you would start getting comeback XP if you were a level and a half down. Now you have to be a level and 3/4 down. The starting value for comeback XP is also decreased from 25% to 10. This is a good change. It means your level leads actually could be relevant. So the higher level you are, the more XP it takes to level up. And then somebody gets comeback XP on top of that, you're not really actually ahead as much as you should be. So now you'll actually be able to extend your lead a little bit more and keep your lead and transition your lead a little bit more easily. Level cap increases, value increase per 1 additional level difference increase, so you get more comeback XP based on how many levels down you actually are, and the cap to how many levels you can actually be down for comeback XP is higher. So your lead can be more consistent, but if you are too far ahead, it does have a higher comeback XP to the value of how far ahead you actually are. Typically, like a 2 to 3 level lead will matter more. 4 level lead, the opponent will get more value. Basically, just makes 1 to 3 levels a lot more consistent and allows you to transition them a lot better. Tower HP, towers do less damage. Consistent does 0.25 delay when they first attack a new set of targets that enter, so the consistency is 0.25 seconds. Good to know. Towers on fire at a more consistent rate with their attack cooldown resetting when they swap targets. This is just quality life stuff, but the important thing to know is 0.25 seconds. So if you auto somebody in the tower, you have 0.25 seconds to leave the tower, basically. Or if something like changes targets, you have 0.25 seconds before it will swap targets. Minions, or ignore heroes for 5 seconds if aggro is dropped. I didn't even know this is what the issue was, but I'm glad they fixed that, so it'll just maintain aggro if you walk in and out of the fog wall, I assume. Break aggro with the target leaves the valid area of the lane instead of when they leave the valid area. I don't know what this means. Because, like, if I leave, like, does it not leave aggro if I leave the valid area? Like, if I go to the fog wall, are the minions going to follow me to the fog wall, and then once they go through the fog wall, they leave aggro? I don't... This is confusing to me. This is a little confusing to me. I don't know what this actually means, because if I'm already out of the fog wall, they don't aggro me anyways right now, so I don't know what this means, actually. This is a little confusing. Minions scale a little bit more. They scale an extra 2 levels. I believe it's every 2 minutes minions scale, if I'm not mistaken. So they just scale later into the game. I believe they stopped at level, I think it was like minute 26 or something like that. So I guess they just scale more. Which also means they do more damage. This is important because that means they do more damage to towers late game, which is actually kind of important. Makes split pushing better. Gold rewards also scale up, so you'll get more gold as the game progresses. And you get a little bit more gold late game. So if the game goes long enough, you'll just get more gold and get your items faster. I do hope they add more late game options to potions. So right now you only have 500, 500, 500. They used to follow you up to the fog wall, and now they drop aggro as soon as you leave. That's how they drop aggro as soon as you leave the lane now, is how they work. But I wonder if they changed that. That's why I'm confused. Because they do that already. If you walk through the fog wall, they'll immediately drop aggro. I wonder if they did a little bit more consistency for gold / iron buff area. That makes sense. But it does that for gold side anyways. I guess like not. I know that solo and dual lane are a little different. So if you walk like by the pillars in dual lane, it drops aggro immediately, whereas in solo it doesn't. But I guess like going towards the outside, like more closer to the tower, that would make sense. That makes sense, Bundred. That makes sense. I don't play the fucking side lane, so that's why I don't know that. Or like I don't think about that. That makes sense. I do hope they like fucking make dual lane minions the same though as fucking solo lane minions. I hate that you walk at the pillars in dual lane, but drops aggro, you drop on the fucking pillars on solo side. They don't drop aggro. I fucking hate that. I hope they fucking line that up. That shit annoys me. Just make it fucking do damage either way. Range minions also scale. Siege minions now power scale up to 60. Max level increase from 15 to 60. That's fucking crazy. Health also scales, so siege minions are going to be very strong late game. Super minions also scale. Super minions are already super fucking tanky. I don't know if I want their HP to scale, but everything else scaling is pretty good. Seedlings can now be executed when they're below 10% HP. I wasn't even aware that was a bug, but I just thought that was how they work because they're considered jungle monsters instead of lane minions. So interesting. General jungle camps. Adjusting CS, of course. Hitboxes don't linger after you kill them. Camp leaders for center camps in red and blue now deal current HP damage, so you'll take percent HP when you are being hit. Hunt now restores 90 plus 15 health per level when using the hunt on a minion. Hunt slight damage could be increased by Demiurge. I kind of liked this. I kind of hate that they changed this. It is technically an item, so it makes sense that Demiurge would increase it. I kind of don't like that they changed that. I think that they should have just left that in as like a, if you go Demiurge, you are just a stronger smite character. It is only like 120 damage, so I feel like that was reasonable actually to leave it like that. I kind of don't like that change. I hope they revert that and just leave that in the game. Personal opinion, of course. 5% current HP damage is kind of insane. You'd take less base damage though. Yeah, 5% current HP is pretty insane. Yeah, buff to Severog again. Total camp value, you're going to get 15 now instead of, I believe it was... You're getting 15 from all camps plus 5 from the red or blue, so you'll get 20 instead of, I believe it was 18 before you would get per clear on Severog. Severog, 2 extra stacks per clear, which also means you get 40 stacks in the first clear if you perfectly stack jungle minions. W. All my homies love Severog buffs in the jungle. I like Severog jungle, it's fun. Vermis, max HP damage decrease from just less per level, sure. Missing HP damage on the Minor Blessing is also reduced, sure. Crush, mobilizing increase from 5% to 8%. Now is an 8-second cooldown per target, so it's less OP on characters that have multiple CCs, but better on characters that have 1 CC. Interesting change. Not sure how much of a difference this will make, but it'll be interesting to test. Some characters will have a lot more burst now. Again, they mentioned like Revenant, Bellica getting a lot more value out of this, whereas characters like Steel and stuff will get less. It's interesting. That'll be something to test at least. Breach, when you ult, it shreds armor. Still mid, don't care for it really. Damage reduction from, I believe this one is AoE abilities, if I'm not mistaken. I know one of the blessings has AoE, one of them has non-AoEs. I believe this one is AoE. You just take a little bit more damage from them. A little bit less reduction. Marrow, Omnivamp decreased in general. Just the base, not the per level. Jealousy, while below to 20%, you deal 1 to 8% more damage. Okay. So instead of dealing damage against people that have more HP, which is kind of useless, you now deal more damage based on your missing HP. True damage decreased on the Maw, but the health threshold increased. I believe this is you do extra damage to low HP targets. This is a buff because it procs more often, while you do less damage when it actually procs. It's procking more consistently, which makes it better. Similar buff to how Immaculate got buffed. It just procs more consistently. That'll be a decent buff in my opinion. Thrax decreased the damage per level. Damage reduction also decreased. They need to just remove the base damage, the base reduction on this. 1.5 is crazy. Like literally level 1, you just get 2% damage reduction, kind of nuts. Plus a 3% damage, so 5% damage like difference in terms of your damage versus your opponent if they don't go it. I kind of really dislike this, honestly. I feel like these two should actually be minors, like minor 1, minor 2, and they should change the base one for this one, in my opinion. Ferocity, less attack speed. I believe this is per second you're in combat, which is fine. Nile, additional stat modifier decreased by 20 to 18. This is every takedown you get, the base stats from this are increased. This just makes it a little less snowbally. If the game is like super scrappy, Nile gets like insane. Um, Similar to Lotus, where it's just like every takedown it just gets better. This just makes it less insane if you get enough takedowns. Like the game has 40 takedowns, you're getting absolutely juiced out of your mind. Uh, it'll just make it a little bit more consistent. It does hurt the blessing a little bit though, and I don't think the blessing is particularly that crazy right now, but allows you to buff the minor aspects of it or like the base stats on it and make it a little bit better. Festering Wounds from Crix now also applies anti-heal upon immobilizing enemy heroes. I don't actually know which minor blessing this is because nobody builds Crix anymore. It kind of sucks. Let me go take a look. Your dot abilities reduce enemy heroes healing for 2 seconds. So this will now apply anti-heal on immobilizing, which is actually kind of sick for characters like Sev or, Steel maybe, somebody that might want to actually build Crix. That's pretty good. Allows you to not go anti-heal in your build because you could CC somebody instead. Killing camp leaders, damage upon killing camp leaders increased from 8 to 10%. This is a minor augment, and you get 3% movement speed for 20 seconds on top of the damage increase. Still doesn't last long enough. I don't think it's very difficult to actually get value out of this outside of killing major bosses like Fangtooth and stuff, which I believe gives you the buff for 100 seconds. Let me just confirm on that real quick just to be safe. Oh, it gives you a 100% bonus duration, sorry. So it lasts for 40 seconds after like Fangtooth or something. Still kind of mid, in my opinion. Idrisil healing decrease. This is when you take damage, you heal you heal some of your missing HP. Pretty decent. Part of the augment. Idrisil in general, pretty decent. Just a slight nerf. Vesh, less ability damage. Sorry, more ability damage. Less per minute though, so it's better level 1. Worse after minute 10, but better level 1. I think this is overall a nerf. Wait, is this the lifesteal? Hold on. No, this is the damage. Okay. This is the damage. This is a nerf, I think. Like a pretty big nerf, actually. To the death, ability haste for takedowns is now capped at 15, so 30 haste. Takedowns also restore 15% mana. This part is actually kind of good. As far as getting haste, it's kind of like whatever. The haste isn't really that relevant. But getting your mana back can be kind of relevant on certain characters. For example, like the Fae has a lot of mana issues, so this could actually have uses, but I still don't think it's like particularly that good. Unfortunately, I think Vesh is still overshadowed by some of the other augments, unless they got nerfed pretty hard. Cyrus also nerfed, bonus damage capped at 400 units, which I believe is... So what's the math on that one? So you get 40 times 0.4 is what? So somebody do the math on that for me. 16%. So it caps at 19% now. Is that math right? Somebody check that math. I mean, that's obviously like a big nerf because you can't just scale into the super late game. Attack speed duration decreased on the minor. Healing on critical strikes decreased on the minor. Cola weak minion damage decreased as well. They're just kind of killing Xyrus. You no longer get 5% crit damage. Yeah, kind of like super... they kind of just killed this Eternal for some reason. Healing Shielding received decrease from 50 to 12% on Exarch. That's a nice nerf. Fervor, I believe this is... I don't really build this one very often. Fervor is basic attacks heal you and allies. Sure. Doesn't really matter that much. I don't really think that's particularly that good anyways. Except for maybe like Mako and Lane. Combat movement speed also decreased. Nobody cares. Delayed Fate getting nerfed. This is a big one. Delayed Fate's super OP, especially on characters like Boris. Or basically, if you just have healing in your kit, you just get 25% mitigation the entire game. Now it's 20%. Good nerf. Honestly, should probably be 15% in my opinion. Could probably get nerfed again, and I would be happy. High key. Lotus, 33% damage reduction, so you're getting 1% instead of 1.5. Pretty big nerf. Movement speed. Also, our movement speed on takedown. This is, I believe, you get increased movement speed and damage for like 12 seconds or something. Movement speed part's getting nerfed. Nobody cares. Prima Donna, 2% less damage, 5% less damage taken. Doesn't matter. I think this also kind of sucks unless you're like Kalari maybe or something like that. Fragrance, magic damage decreased from 5 to 4%. Sure. This is, I believe, to people that are like within a certain range of you. So I think this is more of like a nerf to like Kwong and stuff like that, I believe. Sure. Demiurge, less bonus item stats, so from 12 to 10%, pretty big change. On hit damage, 6 to 5, good change. Just like Demiurge nerf. Demiurge pretty strong. Haste conversion to crit chance decreased from 1 to 1 to 1 to 0.8. So you won't just be able to have an insane amount of haste off crit. You don't get 20 haste off 20 crit. You now get a lot less. You now get, like, what is that, 16 off 20, which is a little better. Maybe that kills the Eden build where you just get 200 haste and you Q on a 0.5 second cooldown. Maybe it kills that build. Maybe it doesn't. Kind of the only character that was using this, really. Memory leak, mana from ability decreased from 6 to 5%, max mana decreased from 600 to 500. This is to nerf max mana builds where you go like Chalice, Mind Razor on characters like Wukong, things like that, and then you just start bursting people for 9 million damage at 2 items, where you just don't have like 800 power 2 items. I think it's like 280 actually is how much you end up getting, but good change, honestly. This combined with the less base stats actually will hurt that build a lot. Ion, gold from ability damage, decreased from 8 to 7%, probably a good thing. Cooldown progression decreased from 1% per 1 mana regen to 0.75% per 1 mana regen. Max cooldown progression decreased from 25% to 50. Sure, pretty big nerf to Ion. Ion's pretty strong. The problem with Ion is that it gets abused by characters that can actually build mana regen, so like Shibby, things like that. Supports, some of the supports abuse this pretty hard, or like some builds in mid can abuse it depending on the game. Ion's kind of a problem blessing in my opinion. It's either going to be really good or it's going to be really bad, and it's kind of going in the way of it's going to be pretty bad, depending on nerfs. Adele, cooldown from the augment. So when you build the augment, I believe when you hit somebody, it gets less cooldown or something like that. Or is it just base cooldown? Something like that when you have the augment. This is the grab. It puts the thorns on the ground. You're just going to get less reduction on your grab. Crown of Thorns effectiveness increased. I believe this is like the damage that you deal when your passive is on somebody is increased more. Ally damage decreased. So when you apply your passive, your allies deal less damage. And your Imperial Lash, is this the grab? Let me just go check. This is the grab. So the grab does less damage. Honestly, good. I hate Adele. Annoying character. Or Gussie. The projectile on the global snipe increased. W. I like the global snipe. It's fun. Mana regen increased. Physical power also increased per level. Mana on the right click decreased. Can we not like buff Argus? You can now cancel Argus ult after 0.1 seconds instead of having to wait for the recovery animation. So you can cancel it faster if you accidentally ult. Good change. Third strike modifier on the augment is increased. So currently it will decrease your damage when you build this one on the third hit because you get more third hits. Now it's a little bit better. Mana cost on the 2 increased, Omnivamp decreased, and the cooldown increased by 1 second. Honestly, his character's pretty nuts. I feel like he should have gotten nerfed a little harder. Boris, attack speed per canister, so his passive's getting nerfed. You also deal less damage per level. Honestly, with Exarch being nerfed, which I think is why Boris is even like that good, he'll be a lot more killable. So I'm not surprised they didn't nerf him that much. Character kind of abuses the Eternals, not really the character itself being OP. Bloodwell augment can display a shield and become distorted when Countess uses the Bloodwell augment. Okay. Low bug fix. Crunch, more attack speed from his passive, and it takes less stacks. Which I believe this is actually less overall, but you get it faster, so maybe a buff. Crunch does get, he does benefit more from attack speed because you get to use your abilities faster. Right crunch damage modifier increased. This is when you knock somebody up, they get like super knocked up. You just do more damage when you have this augment by knocking them up. Crunch passive, scaling increase, magical power scaling increase, sure, small buffs, bonus physical power scaling on the 2 also increase, magical power scaling also increase. Okay, the knock up is gonna fucking slam. You're actually gonna knock somebody's teeth out. That might be kind of sick. We're back to Falcon Crunch, baby. Falcon Crunch, best way to play Crunch. Change my mind. Decker, shield increased from her augment. She gives a shield? I don't think I've ever seen anybody use this. Hold on. I gotta go see what the fuck this does. I've never seen anybody use this augment. Ion Strike also grants shields to ally heroes. Is that her ult? Her ult supply shields to allies inside of it. I've never seen a single person ever use this in my entire life. I don't think you're building this ever. Either way. 500 shield, though, is pretty fat. I still don't think you're building this one. I've literally never seen anybody build this before. I don't think anybody's going to build this now. It's just that you're not ulting your teammates. You're better off ulting first on 99.9% of the time. Nobody's building it. It doesn't matter. Mana regen increased, though. Mana growth increased. That's okay. Sticky Mine, Spark VFX has been adjusted to be more noticeable. Sure, nobody cares. I don't think this matters. Features we're getting to lose access to is tetherability upon death. This fucking happens to me all the goddamn time, and I can't stand this shit. Well, when I die, which isn't often, but, you know, when it does happen, it's very fucking annoying. And then I'm just like, why don't I root that guy? Very annoying. The most annoying is that I feel like you get the visual for it, but you just don't get the damage or the root, and that's fucking aggravating. Greystone damage increased on his Q, and a little bit more mana, a little bit more HP, doesn't matter. Character still sucks, don't pick him. Omnivamp decreased on sniper shells, good change. Actually, I'm surprised they didn't fucking nerf Immaculate on Lotus. Oh my god. Why didn't they nerf the miner that's actually OP on Lotus? Missing health damage decreased on Kalari from her passive. Health regen, physical scaling decreased. Thank fuck. This shit is actually insane. You get like fucking 80 HP regen late game. Like, holy fuck, this shit is insane. This should be like 20%. It shouldn't even be 100%. This is still too much. You're a fucking assassin. You shouldn't just be getting 80 fucking regen. It should be like fucking 5. This shit is OP. Nerf the shit out of this. I'm tired of seeing this. I hate this fucking character. Dumbass bitch. Contagious effect to be fixed a bug issue that allowed contagious effects to be cleansed. They said this last patch, but also like you should be able to cleanse it. Yeah, they should change this. It's good that you can cleanse things. That's part of counterplay. This is bad. I don't like this change. Bad change. Stop doing this. They did this to his ult last patch. Let me fucking cleanse shit. If I cleanse it, I cleanse it. I'm using a cooldown to cleanse your ultimate. They're the same fucking cooldown. Cleanses 160 seconds. Mord's ult's like 160 seconds. Let me fucking cleanse it if I want to. Fucking stupid. Let me cleanse this fucking Q if I want to. Fucking stupid. Used to be able to cleanse Drongo rad rounds too. Fucking stupid, you can't now. Stupid. Stop doing this change. They've done this like 6 times. Stop doing this. Let me cleanse dots if I want to. Cleanse fucking Morigesh passive. Let me fucking waste a cleanse for it. Stop doing that shit. Murdoch augment. Less range on the auto attack. His passive auto. Physical power decrease level just like base. Physical power scaling on the passive also decreased. Murdoch passive fucking slams right now. It does actually an insane amount of damage, especially late game. You really just get like double damage on your auto attack. Kind of insane. Glad they're nerfing it. Damage decrease on the buckshot. Just stop making the buckshot total physical power and just make it bonus physical power. And this ability wouldn't be so insane. This ability does like 170 damage level 1 or something like that. Because it includes your base power. Just remove that. Stop adjusting the base damage on it. Just don't make it total damage. Muriel, a little bit more physical power. I don't know why we're buffing Muriel. Okay, we're nerfing Muriel. Increased cooldown on her 2, and the ult allied damage reduction reduced. Okay, good. Muriel's OP. Nerf that shit. All my homies hate supports. Final threat ultimate delay before ability can be recast. Increase, so you can't just insta-pop her ult. You have to actually wait a second for the ultimate to finish the animation, and then you can throw it. Also means you probably won't just double tap it and then immediately ult. I've had that definitely happen to me, especially like if I'm trying to ult and then I get stunned and then I ult immediately after because it ability queues it. Won't happen as much anymore. You won't just double tap it and then immediately fucking ult. Good quality life, honestly. Probably should have been nerfed a little bit more, but whatever. Most physical power scaling increased on Rev's Q. Sure, 20% is pretty high. That's quite a lot. Physical power scaling increased on his 2. Also, magical power scaling also increased. Okay, we're just super buffing Revenant. Movement speed, attack speed. Movement speed, attack speed scaling increased from 15% to 18%. I didn't even know that movement speed scaled with attack speed. That's kind of insane. And the 4-shot monster cap lowered, so you won't just do more damage than Smite. Kind of dislike this change. I don't think Smite should be the be-all, end-all in jungle, in my opinion. If my ability does fucking 2k damage, I should be able to do 2k damage. If my auto-attack does 2k damage, it should be able to do 2k damage. I don't care if it's more than Smite. It doesn't fucking matter. Fuck junglers. They need to stop coping. I don't like this change. This is a bad change, in my opinion, for the quality of the game. I think this is overall a bad change. But that's okay. phase, the less physical armor per level, and the link will break faster now. So if you're max range, the link will break quicker. You won't have as much time to pull somebody. Causes some like really insane pulls where you pull somebody before the link breaks because they're still technically linked, even though they're out of the range, because it lasts a little too long sometimes. So just a good change there, honestly. And attack speed decrease on her ultimate, good. Probably needs it. Health per stack increased, and then health gain per tier slightly decreased. This is good change. There's a lot of times where you just kind of get 160 now, and you don't really care about stacks after that because it's not really worth that much. Now it's actually worth stacking past 160 a lot better in my opinion, which is good. Health steal duration decreased from 30 seconds to 15 seconds. Probably a good change. Bonus physical monster damage, or bonus monster damage increases. Jungling's a lot better. Specifically, and you get less steal duration, which is kind of a big nerf, actually. That's a pretty big nerf, especially for extended engagements. Rushing beats cool down by 5% more than intended. Okay, should be still OP as fuck. Probably should have got nerfed significantly harder than this. I don't know why they didn't, honestly. Bitch ass character. Terra Augment gives less mitigation. In her dash, damage decreased on her Q. Third strike damage increased on monsters, though, so you can clear jungle still. Probably fine change, and her dash does more damage. Okay. Faye, more mana growth, movement speed decreased. Sure. Mana growth, honestly, kind of needed. She has pretty big mana issues, in my opinion. Literally, all of her mana is just, like, all of her abilities cost so fucking much mana. Less scaling on the Q, but less mana as well, which is probably a good thing, honestly. Like I said, all of her abilities cost so much fucking mana. Wukong looks like he's getting criminalized, I'm going to be honest. The push, 10% less scaling, a little bit less HP. The dash, I believe this is the dash, 10% less scaling, and the ult does less damage. Like the clones do less damage and they have less HP scaling. Sure. Surprise cooldown increased, so the AoE, decreased. So the AoE invis doesn't really increase your cooldown by as much, so it's a little bit better. The mark does less HP damage, less scaling, and the 2 cooldown decreased. 3 seconds early game is actually kind of a lot. You kind of have to hope that it gets a reset. Don't know why we're giving him more movement speed, though. Dude's already slippery as fuck. Honestly, just remove this ability. He shouldn't have invis, honestly. Bitch ass character. I hate that bitch. He's a fucking. I hate Wraith, dude. Hopefully that character's killed. I hate that character. Take it out behind the Wendy's, if you will. Yin gains additional attacks when you use anything that's not, I believe, Demiurge and something else. Like Demiurge crits are the only two that you can use right now because the other ones will just insta-stack your passive when you auto something. So, good bug fix. Healing also decreased, and the cooldown on the 2 also decreased. Increased. So, double nerf to Yin. Bonus on hit damage decreased on Zinx. Basic attack time increased. I always forget if this one's you attack faster or attack slower. I don't remember, I'm going to be honest, off the top of my head. I assume it's attack slower because it seems like they're nerfing her. And less magical scaling on the basic attack. Cool. Finally, 2 items. Woo! Reverse, or replace to Gamma Goo. I'm going to go in the lane. Kurakashi, thank you for the follow. Hunter, thank you for the follow. Surf the Monkey King, who you really see picked. He's like a top pick in PCC right now. That's probably why he's getting nerfed. Omnivamp on Eviscerator decreased. Pretty big nerf, honestly. 20% nerf to Eviscerator. Omnivamp. On hit damage, mana scaling increased on resolution. Maybe a little finally actually be a good item for once. Sky Splitter damage or power reduced. So it's more of an ability or more of a counter item as opposed to just general good stats. The only problem I hate about this is that there's only 3 lifesteal items for ADCs, and this is one of them. Part of the reason why this item is built so much is because it is a lifesteal item, not necessarily because the regular stats, like the other stats on it, are good. Sometimes you just need a lifesteal item. So I kind of hate that they nerfed this item in this way, because it's I feel like they should just remove the lifesteal from it and put the lifesteal on something else, and Sky Splitter would be a much worse item. Stormbreaker also getting nerfed. Kind of criminalized again. It's been hit 3 patches in a row. It's not even really that good. Echelon Cloak, more stats, cooldown decreased, cost decreased. Eventually it'll be really good. The stats on Echelon Cloak are actually really good. The passive just sucks. Eventually it'll be good though if they keep buffing it. Citadel, more armor. I believe this item is like 65 armor now if you're in a team fight because it gives you armor when people are around you as well. Let me just go confirm that real quick. That it's will now be 65. Where the fuck is Citadel in the store? Yeah, it's 5 per person next to you, so it'll be 65 now. Pretty nice. Quite a high physical defense item. Rebirth reworked. So we talked about that earlier. Astral Cat, a little bit more power, a little bit more cost. Nobody builds this shit anyways. It sucks. This item sucks. Definitely more of a sporty item, like Muriel, things like that. So I guess it's more of a hit to that. But yeah, it's not going to serve mages, I assure you. It's not a mage item. It's a support item. No, you're not building this on mages. Claw of Hermes, 5 less power. This 5 power is actually kind of relevant because it means you get 1 less auto attack on Chimera specifically. So I guess it's kind of relevant in that sense, but in general, I don't think this matters that much. Item's really not that good. Gaussian Greaves, a little bit more armor, doesn't matter. Item sucks. Mana increase on Oathkeeper, and they finally fixed the bug where it was giving you 0 HP. So basically, you would build like the tier 2 of this item, get HP, and then you would buy Oathkeeper and lose HP. The only reason this item kind of sucked, now that it gives you your HP again, might actually be buildable again. First year cooldown decreased from 10 to 8. This is kind of insane, actually. You now just get to get an insane amount of power. You could probably get to like 70 Soul Biter stacks in a game if you're proccing this off cooldown. Actually, a huge buff to the item. Time Warp base mana regen increased. Sure. Doesn't really matter that much. Giant's Ring, more armor. Doesn't matter that much. Stonewall, a little bit more HP, a little bit more regen. Item's still insane, so you're going to build it either way. This and Warden's Faith are actually both really good defense items. Just kind of depends on the game. Transference currently offers too much mobility to those that can gain regular access to a shielding effect, so you're going to get less movement speed when you have a shield. And then ARAM balance I don't care about. ARAM is ARAM. Nobody cares. Anything else important going on here? ARAM items, don't care. Bug fixes, anything important? Would not save default Eternals. That's a good change. Or like you can set Eternal choices in the loadout builder, I believe. That's a good change. Richter could hit himself when he had a Ure skull on him. Oh, Ure not nerfed, by the way. Kind of criminal. Void Glazer would interrupt basic attacks and basic attack chains. Interesting. Anything else? Players that owned all the store content would see placeholder images. Who the fuck has bought every single item in the game? Where's the Sade Oil Prince? I need him in my chat, dude. He needs to start, instead of buying stuff from the store, he should fucking buy me lunch or something. Who is buying every fucking item in the store, dude? They give me 10k platinum every month, and I still don't have every fucking item in the store. Not to mention you gotta buy all the recolors. Who the fuck is buying every item in the store, man? How did they even figure this bug out? What the hell? What the hell? Scorebars could incorrectly show uncertain Lucor reward tab, sure. Grammatical errors and typos and range of abilities, sure. Green Enhancer Rebuff Shield could double damage on explosion. Okay, that's a pretty big one. I feel like that should be in the regular patch notes. That's a pretty big one. Narbash could rarely gain gold from ally minions' death. Narbash stealing your gold. Maybe that's why Narbash seems so good right now, is he's just getting double gold. He's double dipping on the minion waves. That's why he's so funny. That's why he feels good right now. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was a long patch, actually. I did not expect the patch to be that long. Patch again on Tuesday. That was a fucking very long patch. That was like maybe one of the longer patches that I've seen in a while, actually. Looks pretty good on paper, though, honestly. A little bit more tap nerfs on most characters in Eternals. Some characters dodging nerfs. Yet again, you're right. Some other characters. Is that good or bad? I don't think long patch notes are bad. I didn't strap in for a long patch. I feel like my pacing was off because I didn't expect it to be so long. So I feel like it's going to be a long video, and I don't know if I wanted it to be a long video. I'm going to get 16 comments going, streamer, I want a 10-minute video. How dare you make an hour-long video talking about patch notes? What do you think I'm doing here? Hello? I'm watching this while pooping at work. I can't be pooping that long. My boss will get mad. Something like that in the comments, you know what I mean? But yeah. That's patch notes. Everybody call Ace a little bot. That's the CEO. You're allowed to say that because I told you to say it, so you can't get in trouble. I will. But he doesn't pay me anyways, so fuck him. But thank you for watching the YouTube video. If you made it this long, yeah. Everybody say goodbye to YouTube. Hold on, we got a TTS coming through.
Ace, you're a bot. Soul never fixed PlayStation.
True, said by Crazy Fool. He said it himself. You heard it here first. Just saying. But yeah, I hope everybody's good rest of their day. Thank you for watching the video. If you made it this far, give me like a meow in the comments or something.